our topic for today will be free actual podcast training. So, we're going to learn how to become a podcast manager and edit podcast using Audacity as a real estate virtual assistant. So, kung lahat kayo naka-PC, make sure na naka-download sa inyo yung Audacity. Audacity yung gagamitin natin for today's exercise. And again, it's an actual podcast training. So, what we are going to do is talagang gagawin nyo siya right now. Okay? So, okay, let's start first with what is podcast management. So, podcast basically para siyang radio pero nilagay natin sa web. So, sa internet. So, television, meron na tayo ngayong Netflix, meron na tayong Disney Plus, meron na tayong YouTube. Ang radyo naman, ang katumbas niya sa web is podcast. So, what we are going to do is basically editing podcast episodes of our clients and then uploading it to a specific website para malagay siya sa Spotify, Apple Podcast, and iba't iba pang channel wherein people can basically listen to the episode. Podcast is audio, but there are also video podcasting. So if you're familiar with SkyFam or SkyPod, I believe Alex Gonzaga has a podcast as well, and other YouTubers meron din silang mga podcast channels. So basically, video podcast, it drives your audience from YouTube or from other websites, other social media platforms back to your podcast channel. Okay? So, yun yung goal nun. Kasi, 'di ba, kapag magpo-post tayo in social media, I believe may mga ganitong challenges sa Facebook wherein magpo-post ka ng text lang tapos titingnan ninyo kung gaano kadami yung magbabasa or magre-react sa text nyo na yun. Kasi most of the time, mas attractive talaga sa mata ng tao kapag merong pictures, kapag merong videos, 'di ba? Especially now na ang Reels mas patok na patok kumpara sa mga carousel text and pictures lang, right? So, that's basically why we have video podcasting as well, to promote our podcast channel to other social media platforms, right? So that's podcast management, guys. So we have 3 parts or parang 3 phases in podcast. This is basically for me and for my team. So we have pre-podcast production or what I call guest management call. So if nandun kayo sa course, possibly nakanood kayo ng 2 guest management call before. Ang naggagawa pa nun dati si Anne. But recently, ako na yung gumagawa ng podcast for Reva. Ako yung gumagawa ng guest management call. So, what is guest management call? It's basically me attending a 15-minute Zoom video call with the guest that we are inviting in Reva and telling them all about the podcast, what is it for, because sometimes kapag mag-i-invite tayo ng guest, nahihiya sila, ayaw nila umattend kasi they think that it's for experts lang, for coaches lang, etc. So, we want to let them know what is the goal of our podcast. Second is, what is our mission? What is our vision? 'Di ba? Ano yung pwede nating ma-add sa kanila if we are going to invite them? And then, ano yung magiging program flow? And then, normally, this is where we talk about the schedule as well. So, anong araw sila available? Anong time? And then, dito din namin ipapakita yung draft ng graphics or ng podcast art na gagawin natin for our clients. Podcast production, this is where you are editing the podcast episode itself. So, adding intros, adding outros, adding background music, removing diba? Nakabisado nyo na ba kung anong itsura ng We are going to listen to Trisha's finished product later. I will let you guys listen to it. Post-podcast production, this is where we are going to upload it to example anchor.fm or other websites kagaya ng Anchor, and then basically distributing it to other social media platforms so that we can direct audience from other social media platforms back to our podcast channel. At the same time, this is where we are preparing newsletters, so email marketing it to promote as well our podcast channel. So ganun yung 2 ways for you to be able to drive audience back to your channel. Okay, so our activity for today will be podcast production, editing podcast episode using Audacity. So I will be sharing my screen with you. i-full ko na lang siya para you can see everything. So first off, we are going to download yung Audacity. If you're not familiar, just click audacityteam.org/download. Lagay ko din siya dito sa ating chat. And then, depends on your equipment, kung Windows, Mac, or Linux. Na-download ko na yung akin. I'm using Mac. So, I already downloaded this one. And it's in my downloads folder. So, open ko lang siya. And then, of course, yan. Open lang natin yung Audacity. So, this is what Audacity looks like. There are different tabs that you're going to explore later on. And if you're going to ask me if it's free or it's paid, it's 100% free. So you can definitely download Audacity sa inyong mga computer para ma-practice ninyo. I was talking actually to Trish kanina kung meron ba siyang portfolio. If you don't have any portfolio, it's your time to do it today para you can showcase something to your future clients. Okay? So, this is Audacity. Basically, what you need for you to be able to edit is the audio of your client. So, today, I am going to use an audio of my client. Okay, na-download ko na siya actually. Normally, what we are doing is downloading the video of our clients depending on kung nasan siya. Nasa Zoom, nasa Google Drive. Madalas kinukuha ko siya from Facebook kasi ang ginagawa ng mga clients is magla-live sila sa Facebook. Tapos, tsaka natin po pwedeng i-turn siya into podcast. Ganon din yung ginagawa namin kay Reva if mapapansin ninyo. So, magla-live kami with the guests sa Facebook. And then after that, ita-transform siya into MP3 format. So, kahit nasan man yung mga real estate VAs, kung gusto nilang makinig ng inspiring story ng isang successful virtual assistant, pwede silang makinig. Okay, so again, I went to Facebook. It's an MP4. So, pag nagpunta kayo sa Facebook, MP4 yung makikita ninyo. So, paano siya? Search lang kayo sa Google ng Facebook Video Downloader. And then, ito yon yung fdown.net. So, pwede ninyong i-copy yung URL ng video na yon papunta dito and then just click it to download. Okay? So, it will download as MP4. So, paano na yun, coach? Kasi MP4 pa siya. So, the next thing that you will do, this is the MP4 that I downloaded earlier. Okay? So, what I did is go to Google again. And then, umanap lang ako ng converter MP4 to WAV. So, depende sa inyo. Pwedeng cloudconvert.com or freeconvert.com. So, ganyan siya. And then, you are just going to choose file. So, lagay nyo lang dito yung MP4 ni client. Tapos, i-convert nyo siya into MP3 or the best thing is yung WAV. W-A-V. Okay? So, nagawa ko na din siya kanina, guys. So, eto na siya. WAV na siya. And then, for my background music, of course, we want to get mga no copyrighted music. So, just go to YouTube. And then, on the search bar, of course, gusto nating hanapin is mga podcast, background music, no copyright. And then, you will have several background music here. You just have to download it. So, paano nyo siya i-download? Same thing ulit, diba? YouTube, video downloader, tapos MP4 yon, ita-transform nyo ulit siya into MP3. Malinaw ba yon? Masyadong mabilis, malabo? Let me know.
Okay naman, coach.
Okay? Alright. So now I have all of the things I need. So I have my background music, I have my audio file. Okay, now I will go back to Audacity. And the good thing about this is super dali niya lang gamitin, guys. So, drag and drop lang. Drag and drop. So, I will first put my client audio file. Yan. Yan siya kahaba. Okay. So, anong gagawin ko dito is, hahanapin ko muna yung intro. Kasi ayokong ma-stress. Okay.
So, this is Erica with the Point Extra Real Estate Group. Can't believe it. been talking to agents across the country since about October, and we talk about what it's like to live in other places. We know that a lot of people are moving around the country right now, especially based on COVID and jobs and where things will take them. And so I've been doing my due diligence and building relationships with agents all over the place so that I have resources if that's what your goals are. And today we're talking to Joanna in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She's with Compass. And so Joanna, tell me a little bit about what you love about she's with Compass. And so Joanna, tell me. And so
Okay. So now I'm going to right click yung mouse and then split clip. So I decide na yun yung magiging intro ko. Okay, ito guys, pwede nyo din tong, ayan, paghiwalayin para alam niyo yung intro and outro ninyo. Tapos, kung mapapansin niyo, ang daming ni client. So, of course, gusto natin na linisin yun. So, i-highlight nyo lang and then click yung delete button sa mga keyboard. Okay, pwede din siyang Control-Z. Gusto niyo na mag-undo. And then, hanapin natin yung mga diba? Alam nyo na yung itsura ng talaga naman. Okay. Reva. Ganito na din ba kayo nun? Okay.
moving around the country right now, especially based on COVID and jobs and where things will take them. And so I've been doing my due diligence and building relationships with agents all over the place so that I have resources if that's what your goals are. And today we're talking to Joanna, and
We can click this or also parang split clip natin siya. Okay.
and today we're talking to Joanna in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She's with Compass.
Okay. So, ngayon, mag-add ako ng background music. Etong background music na to, iba't ibang song siya. So, pwede kayong mamili kung anong song yung bet ninyo for your client. Pero, hindi ko siya isasabay dun sa salita ni client para hindi magulo yung papakinggan natin. So, ito, ano lang, dinadrag nyo lang yung mouse ninyo. Okay. Delete ko lang yun. Okay. And then, split click, highlight, delete ko lang din to. Okay, so, tingin ko okay naman to sa intro ni client. So, babalik lang tayo doon. And then, yung background music, highlight lang natin siya and then click effect, fade in, dun sa fading, fade in. So, makikita ninyo liliit siya. And then, effect ulit, fading for the fade out naman. Okay, so papakinggan ninyo kung okay na ba sa inyo yung ganyan. Okay.
So this is Eric with the Point Extra Real Estate Group. I am on episode 21. I can't believe it. Been talking to agents across the country since. Hi. So this is Eric with the Point Extra Real Estate Group. I am on episode 20.
Okay na ba yun? Okay na ba yun, guys?
Yes, Coach.
Yes? How about the others?
Yes po.
Yes din? Sino yun? Masyadong malakas yun. Pag ganun kalakas yung background ninyo.
So they're with the Point Extra Real Estate Group.
Yeah, ako sure.
21.
Sino yun? Sino nagsalita?
Ako, Coch. Kailangan pa siya, yung background music. Yung ganun.
Kasi pag ganun, tapos naka-headset kayo, masakit sa tenga yun. Kapag ganun kalakas yung background ninyo. So, pwede nyo siyang hinaan. Pwede kayong maghina dito sa gain. Okay? Or, i-fade in nyo pa siya. Kagaya ng ginawa ko. So, balik lang kayo sa effect para ma-fade in siya.
So they're with the Point Extra Real Estate Group. I can't believe it. Been talking to agents across the country since about
Okay.
October, and we talk about what it's like to live in other places. We know that a lot of people are moving around this country right now, especially based on COVID and jobs and where things will take them. And so I've been doing my due diligence, building relationships with agents all over the place so that I have resources if that's what your goals are. And today we're talking to Joanna in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She
Mas okay ba siya or hindi? So, lagi niyong iisipin. At saka every time na mag-i-edit kayo, kailangan naka-full volume kayo. Okay? Kasi hindi niyo alam kung naka-full volume yung makikinig sa inyo. So, dapat kayo naka-full volume to assume kung malakas na ba siya or mahina. Kasi kung mapapansin niyo may mga songs or podcast or episodes tayo na pinapakinggan tapos parang ang hina, kahit na anong gawin mong lakas ng sounds, hindi na siya malakasan. Meron naman na sobrang lakas na kahit hinaan mo na, rinig mo pa din. Minsan kahit nakatanggal na yung headset mo, rinig mo pa din. So, kaya kailangan every time, kailangan lagi niyo siyang papakinggan. May sample ka po ba ng echo? We can try naman the effect. So, like for example, this one. Effect. And then, let's find the echo. Di ako masyadong nag-aano. Ayan. Okay. So, tignan natin kung anong.
And today we're talking to
So, yun. Yun yung echo. I-remove po yung echo. Pwede namang noise removal or repair. So, clip fix. Pwedeng clip fix nyo siya. Ayan. Threshold of clipping. Pwede siyang ganon. Or, meron pang iba dito. Noise reduction, lalo kung merong maingay sa inyo. Kaya repair. Very short sections lang siya. Pwede kayong pwede din ito, change pitch. So, play natin.
And today we're talking to Joanna in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Hindi masyadong halata. Nag-remove po kasi ako ng echo. I don't know if tama yung process na ginawa ko. Ganun ba yung ginawa mo? Effect and then noise removal or repair? Lang naman siya. Okay. And then if you want na lakasan, for example, there are spaces here na mahina, tas gusto niyo siyang lakasan, volume lang and then amplify. If you want na hinaan, compressor. Okay. Gusto niyo na normalize lang yung loudness normalization, etc. So you can definitely go ahead and check kung ano yung magiging effect nung madami kasi siya. So pwede nyo siyang ilagay. Hindi obra. Oo, kasi kapag amplify, lalakas lang siya. So, dapat effect and then noise removal, clip fix, pwede. O kaya noise reduction, pwede. Huwag mo siyang i-amplify kasi amplify is lalakas siya. So, kung echo siya, pinalakas mo yung echo pag in-amplify mo siya. Basically. Okay. Question, guys. Okay. So, pakinggan ulit natin.
All over the place so that I have resources if that's what your goals are. And today we're talking to Joanna in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She's a puppet. And so Joanna, tell me a little bit about what you love about living in Fort Lauderdale.
Parang hindi ko siya gusto na nakahiwalay. So, pagsasamahin ko siya, but I will remove the end. Yan. Okay.
So Joanna, tell me a little bit about puppet. So Joanna, tell me a little bit about what you love about living in Fort Lauderdale. How long have you been there?
Well, I'm born and raised here, so I'm native.
Actually, nalalakasan pa ako sa background music, kaya bala ko pa siyang hinaan. Ibalik ako dito, and then i-compress ko pa siya. Isa din siya pwede yung gawin ko, guys. Ayan. Para hinaan nyo siya.
now, especially based on COVID and jobs and where things will take them. And so I've been doing my due diligence and building relationships with agents all over the place.
Nalalakasan pa din.
Been talking to agents across the country since about October, and we talk about what it's like to live in other places. We know that a lot of people are moving around the country right now, especially based on COVID and jobs and where things will take them. And so I've been doing my due diligence and building relationships with agents all over the place.
Yun. So, yun yung okay na background for me. If masyadong malakas sa inyo yung voice ni client, pwede nyo naman siyang hinaan. Bukasan nyo lang yung gain dito. Or, pwede din naman na i-highlight nyo siya. Tapos, effect, and then, loudness normalization lang. So, mas mahina.
Next Real Estate Group. I am on episode 21. I can't believe it. Been talking to agents across the country since about October.
Compared to this.
We're talking to Joanna in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She's with Compass. So,
Alam niyo, mas okay.
Nabawasan ako. Masyadong malakas yung ano.
Right? So, effect. And then again, volume, loudness normalization. The same thing with the other ones. Here. So let's see.
So this is Erica with the Point Extra Real Estate Group. I am on episode 21. I can't believe it. Been talking to agents across the country since about October, and we talk about what it's like to live in other places. We know that a lot of people are moving around the country right now, especially based on COVID and jobs and where things will take them. And so I've been doing my due diligence and building relationships with agents all over the place so that I have resources if that's what your goals are.
Okay. So, gusto ko siyang putulin. So, urong ko to ng kaunti lang. Para makapagpasok pa ako ng isa pang intro. Okay. And then, ito ay i-fade out ko. Para lang magkaroon ako ng intro for the guest. So, kuha pa ka ng isa pang background. Nakatodo ata volume mo. Dapat yun nakatodo yung volume nyo. Para pag nag-i-edit kayo ganon, assume na nakatodo yung volume ng listeners ninyo. Or normally, di ba, 80% yan kasi magkakaroon ng parang warning sa kanila na etc. Parang kailangan ganito lang yung loudness para hindi masira yung ears mo. Kineme.
Like,
Yun, gusto ko yun.
it just,
So, urong lang natin siya. Ganda din kasi mahaba na siya. Yung sa nag-uusap na sila client. Flip, and then bura lang. Highlight, and then bura. Okay, so now meron na akong second background music. Nililiitan ko lang siya para liitan yung scroll lang ninyo pababa yung mga mouse ninyo. Pag gusto nyo lakihan, scroll pataas naman yung mga mouse. Right? And then, anong gagawin susunod? Pag may bagong background music, fade in, fade out. Very good. Saan yun makikita? Effects. Okay. Effects, fading, fade in. Effects, fade out. Masyado na yung maliit. So, let's try.
Been doing my due diligence and building relationships with agents all over the place so that I have resources if that's what your goals are.
Masyadong yung silence niya. Masyadong mahaba.
That's what your goals are. Agents all over the place so that I have resources if that's what your goals are.
Pangit.
Place so that I have resources if that's what your goals are. So that I have resources if that's what your goals are. Today we're talking to Joanna in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Linisin niyo lang din yung pasok ng mga background music. Para kayong ano dito, audio director.
That's what your goals are. Today we're talking to Joanna in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She's with Compass. So Joanna, tell me a little bit about what you love about living in Fort Lauderdale. How long have you been there?
Well, I'm born and raised here, so I'm native to South Florida. Born and raised in Fort Lauderdale, actually born in Miami, grew up in Fort Lauderdale, West Fort Lauderdale. So,
Okay. So the next thing that you will do is clean up. Pag sinabi natin clean up, lahat ng tatanggalin ninyo. Okay.
You love about living in Fort Lauderdale.
And yung mga yon,
What you love
yung mga dead air.
about living in Fort Lauderdale. You love about living in Fort Lauderdale. How long have you been there?
Tapos wag naman sobra para hindi naman siya mukhang robotic.
well, I'm born and
Been there.
Well, I'm born and raised here, so I'm native to South Florida. Born and raised in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. Ulit.
To South Florida. Born and raised in Fort Lauderdale. Actually, born in Miami. Grew up in Fort Lauderdale. West
Ulit.
Lauderdale, West Fort Lauderdale. So, know all.
Ulit.
Know all. So, know. So, know all of the suburbs very well. The east side, west side, all are very different. So, I think that makes.
Ayun. So, after that, syempre yung pinakadulo, fade out ulit, yung magiging effect ninyo. Kung ang tanong niyo naman sa akin, Coach, paano yung background music kung gusto ko na yun hanggang dulo? Pero hindi aabot, di ba? Kasi ganito lang siya kaiksi. So, copy and paste nyo lang naman yan. Kung gusto nyo yan na yung background music ninyo hanggang huli, yan. Para sumakto lang siya. And then, once na na-clean up na ninyo lahat, okay na kayo sa sounds, sa volume, etc. The only thing that you will do is click File, and then export it into MP3. Okay, again, click File, export it into MP3. Okay, and then kapag in-export nyo siya as MP3, magpa-pop up to kung anong title yung gusto ninyo na ilagay. Save. And then, magkakaroon sila ng warning na it will be trimmed down into one stereo file. Kasi this one, we have 3 stereo file. Isang background music, isang audio file ni client, tapos may isa pa tayong background music na nilagay. So, 3 files siya. So, magiging 1 na lang siya. Okay, so just click OK. And then, lalabas itong edit metadata tags. Hindi na naman natin siya kailangan. So, just click OK. And then it will begin exporting. It will begin exporting, pero lalabas na siya dito. So, make sure lang natatapusin ninyo yung exporting na ganito bago nyo siya i-upload. So, you will be uploading it to, one example is Anchor.fm. This is basically where you are going to upload, para siyang meta business suite ng podcast. So, siya yung maglalagay ng audio file ninyo into different platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, etc. And you will be able to set this up in Anchor. Parang iaayos ninyo yung RSS feed. So again, it's in the course. Pwede nyo panoorin doon kung paano siya ginagawa. So tomorrow, since lahat naman kayo dito halos mga students, tomorrow ang i-discuss natin is our show notes, how to create show notes and podcast art. Okay, so i-upload nyo lang yun dito sa new episode, tapos quick upload. I know some of you asked me as well kung pwedeng mag-record sa Anchor. Yes, you can record and edit your audios using Anchor. Kahit hindi na kayo gumamit ng Audacity if you want, you can do it in Anchor already. Tapos, meron ding app si Anchor sa phone. So, pwede nyo siyang gamitin. Kung halimbawa wala kayong laptop, yun yung magiging excuse nyo sa akin. Coach, wala akong laptop eh. Kung meron kayong cellphone, merong Anchor app sa phone. So, pwede nyo siyang i-download. And pwede din kayong mag-edit doon. Okay, so that's Anchor. And today, I will be sharing with you nandito si Trisha, diba? Trisha Marie. Very new siya sa atin sa bootcamp, and she was able to edit already yung kanyang assignment. Meron ng podcast art si Trisha, meron na din siyang introduction. Okay. And then, ito yung episode. Okay. So, click natin siya. So, pag click niyo siya, kung ano yung logo ni Trisha sa buong channel niya, yun din yung podcast episode niya. Yan. Diba? So, pwede itong magkaroon ng iba eh. Pwedeng kung sino yung guest niya, etc. Diba? So, we're going to listen to it. With, of course, our very special guest, Nico Lavarias.
Hey everyone, it's Trisha and welcome back to It's Real Estate O'Clock with Trish podcast. I should have enrolled to this real estate VA bootcamp sooner. A testimony from our guest tonight, Nico Lavarias. Nick has been training with Coach Isa in the real estate VA bootcamp, and I am thrilled to chat with Nick tonight and better understand how this experience matured his views on real estate. Hi Nick, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm good, Trisha.
I've been curious about being a real estate VA because we've only heard of realtors, real estate agents, and real estate brokers, but real estate virtual assistants are new to me. So tell me what made you decide to enroll in Reva Assist?
Trish, I would like to give like a brief background. Why did I stumbled in Reva Assist? I've been working on the BPO industry for like 7 years, and pandemic hit. We were given a chance to work at home, so I really love the perks that I have or that I enjoyed during work at home. Because when I work in the office, I normally spend like 2 hours a lot of time for commute, and that's like just coming from work and then talk about going home. That's like 3 hours travel time. So like I'm spending 5 hours daily just for travel. Then pandemic hit, work at home, browsing on my TikTok account. I saw Coach Isa. Actually not into real estate exactly on a virtual assistant. If ever I'm going to like dive to virtual assistant, it's just that I was hooked. I was like enticed with the pink hair. I saw her like doing I saw her like doing a cold calling practice script on TikTok, and I stalked her account. Luckily, there's like a 3-day webinar for cold calling, so I signed up and joined. So I joined the 3-day webinar for cold calling, and then after that, that's it. The rest is history.
It really is fascinating how much we can get from scrolling through TikTok nowadays, right? So how would you describe your experience in the bootcamp?
With Bootcamp, was one of the like lucky scholar chosen by Coach Isa. After the cold calling, I was asked if I would like to intern or like do cold calling for her for like a week. So since I'm not doing anything, I signed up. So after that, she offered me a scholar for Bootcamp. And with the bootcamp scholar and also with the guidance of Coach Isa, I was able to land a client. So I was doing cold calling for a Florida real estate agent for like 2 months, and then also got my part-time. There's like a course in bootcamp for lead generation, skip tracing. So I got my part-time clients because of that course. So pretty much I'm really grateful to be part of Bootcamp and would like to learn more about real estate virtual assistant.
Wow, I can really see why you're enjoying what you do. Taking the leap to invest in yourself and your career is always a smart move. That brings us to the end of today's episode of a Real Estate VA Bootcamp experience. And thank you, Nick, for joining us tonight, and we hope you enjoyed getting a sneak peek into what it's like to become a virtual assistant in the real estate industry. If Nick's experience made you curious for more, then don't forget to check out our website for the latest updates on upcoming bootcamps. As always, thank you for listening to It's Real Estate O'Clock with Trish. Until then, this is Trisha, and don't forget, our passion is people, and we make realty dreams a reality.
There you go. So, I have been seeing comments. I want to hear your thoughts about the podcast. So, sa gitna during the conversation, there's no background music. Pwede kayo maglagay ng background music sa mga ganon. Why? Kasi there are times na humihinga yung client, di ba? So gusto natin na meron pa rin naririnig yung listeners kahit na sobrang hina. Okay? So that's the importance of the background music. Hindi lang siya pang padagdag lang. Kaya siya may ganon. Kung mapapansin ninyo, si Nick nag-iisip siya habang tinatanong siya ni Trisha, di ba? So, yun yung mga panahon na kailangan ninyo yung background music para hindi siya parang empty lang kapag nagsasalita yung guest. Okay? Alright! Thank you, everybody! Have a great night! Bye!